We are on a tour through the Grapefruit League, and we're stopping in Clearwater, Florida, home of your Philadelphia Phillies. Welcome, Lauren Shahadi, Chris Young, the Fanatics, somewhere around here. There were a couple orders of business this offseason. It was Kyle Schwarber, check. J.T. Realmuto, back. They have all the pieces. How do they see why I put them all together?
You just continue to run it back. With this core, yeah, you can be completely disappointed that you don't win the World Series. Only one team wins it, unfortunately, but this team is built for success. 96 wins last year. You're bringing back Schwarber. You're bringing back Realmuto. You have a couple young players who are going to step up. They added some pieces to the bullpen. I think this team is put together, once again, prime for success.
It is a lineup that breathes on you from jump. I mean, you look at 1 through 4 in the order. I grew up a Nationals fan, so to see Trey Turner and Bryce Harper is still nostalgic, but it's hard to believe that Bryce is halfway through his big Phillies contract, one of the brightest stars in the game, and before he wears a Phillies uniform, will wear red, white, and blue. Bryce, I was watching the USA men's hockey team thinking there are very few people that get to feel this. You as a teen, and then again, what is it about that resonates so much for you?
Yeah, there's nothing like it, being able to put USA on your chest and your nation's colors. There's nothing like it, so really excited about it. Last time I did it, I was 17, playing in the JOs, and just an incredible experience and looking forward to it.
15th season at 33 years old. I mean, that's the ultimate flex right there. There's not too many people in the game who can say that. What's different about this version of Bryce Harper than that 19-year-old kid?
Oh, man. Hair's definitely different. Body's definitely different. Eye black's maybe a little bit different. No, I mean, I still have that same love for the game and obviously that same demeanor to be great at everything that I want to do. But where he went right, I'm going left a little bit, or where he went left, I'm going right, you know. So just, trying to enjoy the game still, have fun. It goes quick. I can't believe it's my 15th season. That's insane. So definitely goes quick, so I just want to enjoy it as much as I can, for how long I play.
Bryce, I was looking at the numbers of all the superstars in our sport. You see the least amount of pitches in the zone. Everyone, you are far and away above. How do you adjust to it, and how much time is spent adjusting to it and thinking about it?
Yeah, I mean, I got to control it a little bit more this year, understanding, you're going to pitch to my weaknesses, and me, expanding out of my zone, it can't happen. And so this year I just need to really trust myself, trust my mind, trust my eyes, and get back to, trying to hit that ball in that box, right? And not really worry about if they're going to throw me a pitch or not. If they don't, take my walks. If they do, make them pay, do that damage. But just got to do the best I can to stay in my zone and be good at what I do.
You represented our country as a teen, and you're going to do it again. Good luck to you.
Your side, yeah, thank you.
Thanks for the time.
Appreciate it.
You're going to have to deal with Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber in short order in that lineup, bundled together. And if Shohei Ohtani wasn't Shohei Ohtani, you're looking at the NL MVP from last year. Wow, a standout season. 56 home runs, led the National League with 132 RBI. He showed CY what his goal is at the plate, and it is constantly changing.
We were here last year. We were on the field. At the time, you were working on quieting the bat down and working on less movement. Seeing the season last year, 56 home runs, like career year, 130 plus. As you see the progress that you've made, I go back to 23. I go 23, 24, 25. The power's always been consistent. You see the average continue to go up. And as I watch your video here, this is going to be your swing 3 years straight. The naked eye is probably not going to see much. What are you seeing right here between these three guys?
Yeah, I think the most consistent thing is kind of what we talked about last year, is when we talked about limiting the movement. That the game's evolving. Obviously the velocity's going up, the breaking balls are spinning more, whatever it is. And when all those things are happening, right, that means it's coming at you, and more than that split second, whatever it is. So I'm just trying to put myself in a good position to make that decision. It's like we said, this is a decision-based game when we're here, right? There's a lot of different things that come with it, but at the end of the day, your eyes and your brain have to tell you to swing or not swing.
Right.
And so I'm just trying to make sure that I put myself in that position early enough and feel like that I'm on time for this guy's best fastball without selling out, swinging to it, committing to it, and then being able to use my eyes, which are one of my best assets, to tell myself swing or not swing.
You found the secret sauce, and I want to dig into one drill that you do to help do this. And what I mean by the secret sauce is you found a way to strike out less pull the ball more, stay through the ball better, and shorten your swing. A lot of guys who shorten their swing, it's a sacrifice of power that happens. So you found a way to shorten the swing and increase your power. So show me a drill that you're doing to try to create that.
Yeah, I think this, at the end of the day, the simplest thing that, and this is what I kind of do on a daily basis, this is where it all starts. I always say hitting's kind of like there's the steps that you have to have, and one is the tee. This is the most controlled you'll ever get.
Right.
And the ball's not moving, and pretty much what this is just a contact point. At the end of the day, it's a contact point. So yeah, you're gonna get loose, everything, but so this is just middle. It's all about knowing yourself, right? Like, I know that I'm a guy who's been early my whole career, right? Like, I have front contact points. Mm-hmm. So the challenge for me is always trying to be able to back that up. And because if I can practice here, I know when the game and the adrenaline gets going, that pitch is going to be there.
Right.
I love to use the line, the batter's box line. That this is like my A1 direction. Okay. I don't ever want to limit myself to one side of the field or the other. If I limit myself and I start thinking inside this line going this way, I'm limiting myself to parts of the field I can use. And then vice versa. If I'm using a line that's going this way, I'm limiting myself on my fields. So if I can just keep my line going through the pitcher straight to center field, I got the whole field now. I'm visualizing that pitcher. All right, here he goes. He's getting to the window. I'm ready. And then all I'm doing from here is just making sure that I'm staying through my line. This pitch is probably going to go left to center. And just making sure that I have my ball flight. I have everything that I want. So, it's not going to look great, not super loose, but here we go. Right, we're staying left to center, so then I could do 5 here to get loose.
Right.
Then I'll go to this part of the plate, and I'll back it up. And just because the ball's there and it's deeper doesn't mean that I'm going to go step into it and go that way.
Same swing.
I want to take the same swing, right? Your hands are going to go where the pitch needs to go for you to get the barrel to the ball, but I'm still thinking this way. So now this is going to go left field here. Ready?
Boom.
Bang. Then the really uncomfortable part gets to when we come to the inside part of the plate.
Right.
So.
And is this where you're comfortable?
But this is not the comfortable swing at all.
All right.
This is deep as could be. It's going to look like crap, but I know when I do it that I'd rather do that.
Right. Instead of compromise your swing.
Me go.
It's almost getting back to the basics a little bit of making sure your swing is exactly where you want it to be, to stay short to it, and see how that's translated into the games over the past few years, especially to become the player that you are, to make sure that that you were able to stay here with the Phillies and continue your career here. It's been beautiful. So, man, we appreciate you sharing your insight so much with us, man. There's a lot of kids at home that are going to love hearing what Schwarber has to share.
He came so close a year ago to MVP. Could he be right back in the conversation? Which brings us to our social media question of the day. Who's most likely to repeat their top 5 award finish in 2026? Will Kyle put the league on notice again? What about Trey? Will he join him? Or will Christopher Sanchez feed off the vibes of October? Boy, he was dominant and dominate once again, pushing him into the Cy Young conversation. You decide, and we will reveal the results later in the show. Welcome back to 30 Clubs, 30 Camps on a beautiful, crisp morning in Clearwater, Florida, home of a Phillies team that won the East, but they will not rest until they win it all. And we all know if you're going to be standing at the end, it comes down to your arms. Look at this. Zach Wheeler recovering from thoracic outlet syndrome. Christopher Sanchez completely dominant in October. Gone is Ranger Suarez. They have high hopes for Andrew Painter. And all anyone can talk about today is how locked in Jesus Luzardo is already. Jesus, the word around here for you has been electric. Command of all your pitches, hitting all your spots. How do you balance that, wanting to be great and electric early in spring, with kind of playing the long game to October?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think it's really just that balance of kind of starting off progressively in like that slow build-up and finding, the command of all our pitches, and then that progresses into, more and more kind of building the intensity up every time we're out there.
CY and I were talking earlier about how when you added that sweeper, it kind of took you to the next level. What are you working on now? What are you adding?
We're fine-tuning a couple things. I don't want to give too much away,
okay.
but just making a certain pitches maybe a little better than last year. Just want to be, as elite as possible.
It's a changeup.
Yeah,
It's a changeup.
Yeah, it's a changeup.
I'm giving it all away. I guess with that, though, with seeing how much success you had with the sweeper last year, how do you balance that out? How do you balance, I need to add, I need to adjust, and also trusting what worked in the past?
Yeah, I think it's a game of chess, playing in the big leagues. I think that the league always adjusts to you, so I think it's a game of adjustments and understanding that, hitters are now going to go into a plan based off what I did last year. So now it's a matter of kind of throwing them off that plan and, kind of put a new scent for them to kind of follow.
I love it. Everybody has a motto. You have it on your glove, you have it on your belt. Sink or swim. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, I feel like it's what it entails to be a pitcher. It's either you get it done or you don't, and it's really only you out on the mound. Obviously, you have a great team behind you, and I'm so thankful for the guys that play with me and behind me and help me out when I'm on the mound. But just you're alone with your thoughts. It's you and that ball, and the game kind of runs through you on your pace. So I'm a firm believer that it's either you sink or you swim, and I try to swim as much as I can.
The last one from me. You played in Oakland, you played in Miami. The experience in the bank has to be different. It has to be different. Tell us, but that gets the best out of a lot of players,
Sure.
Lauren. Like, what was your experience in Philly that first year, especially after coming from where you came?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Like Lauren said, I think for me, just like you said though, I think it makes certain players live up to that expectation. I think that we have obviously a lot of expectation when we play in Citizens Bank Park and just around. Even when we play in other cities, we get a good amount of fans that travel for us. So I think it's awesome. I love the intensity, the atmosphere. We sell it every night, and it's a beauty to play, in front of so many fans that are so passionate.
Word on the street is you are pickleball partners. You're smiling. So this, yes.
I don't know about partners.
Oh, so you're adversaries.
Yeah, adversaries.
Okay, so how would you rate your game as opposed to Andrew Painter's game?
It's not even close.
It's not. You're far and ahead.
Miles
like,
apart.
Explain it in baseball terms. So
Miles
I got
ahead?
it.
Miles ahead.
So you're who and he's. You're a 10 and.
He's Federer.
Yeah, no, if you want to put it in baseball terms, I couldn't even tell you. I'd have to be, I'm Alcaraz and he's, I don't know, one of the young guys coming in.
So what, do you give him advice? Do you give him tips?
No, we just like to talk smack to each other. We didn't play this offseason as much, unfortunately, but like 2 offseasons, 3 offseasons ago, we played a lot. And he's awesome. He's a great kid, great competitor. And we talk a lot, we help each other out on the baseball field. So for us, when we go play pickleball, it's like, all right, we're not friends anymore. We're talking smack.
Let's go. Phillies fans hoping you're equally as good on the mound moving forward. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Manager interviews are presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball.
It is our first day of warmth, kind of, along this grapefruit tour. We're in Clearwater, Florida at Phillies camp, and all is right with the world because J.T. Realmuto back in a Phillies uniform. And now that the weather is heating up a little bit, maybe he can take a break from his constant work to get around in. JT, I was just saying how much better a golfer he is than you. How do you feel, how do you feel about that? How's your game? You played yesterday?
I did, but I didn't play a lot this offseason, so it's kind of in shambles right now.
Okay, we're getting there. It's just spring training. You're too humble. You won't say it, so I will, JT. Every single pitcher on your staff says you are so important to their preparation in spring. How do you give them all enough time? How do you tell them all they're pretty?
I know, it's a job.
Tough, right? Yeah.
Keeping all these guys confident is a full-time job. But no, it's something I enjoy doing, and obviously we have a great staff that's a lot of fun to work with, and they make my job really easy. So I kind of get to play video games back there. I feel like I'm just pressing buttons sometimes, and they execute.
All right, when I get into think about the off season, you were the guy that had to end up back here. So important to this team. It seemed like it made so much sense for both sides. But to bring this group back together one more time, tell us about the relationship that you've created with this team, with this pitcher staff over the years.
Yeah, we've got a good group. Obviously, there's a lot of talented guys in this room, and it's no secret that we enjoy playing baseball together. So it's definitely the place where I wanted to be. And we've fallen short of our goal a few years in a row now. So there's a lot of unfinished business for us, and we're glad to be back together and ready to do it.
As you're creating relationships with the new guys that are coming in, Andrew Painter being one of those guys, how do you bring those guys in? How do you learn what he likes to do? How do you help him get comfortable?
just try to get to know them really on and off the field, and then try to make them as comfortable as they can be. I remember being a young guy coming in the league, it was so cool for me to get to experience the veterans and their leadership and just kind of be under their wing. So I try to be one of those veterans for these guys and just make them as comfortable as I can and let them really be themselves in the clubhouse.
I was watching Andrew the other day. It was free and easy. I get it, velocity and hitting your spots, but what do you look for when you say, yeah, he's got it immediately?
Usually fastball command. I mean, he's got such good stuff. Like when he's able to locate his fastball and throw where he wants, up, down, in, out, really be able to mix his fastball around, that's when it's going to be a different game for him. So when I've seen him at his best, that's what he's doing. He's mixing the fastball location. His breaking balls are always good. They're sharp. So for me, it's all about location with him.
Let's go. You're ready to go.
That's right.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
JT is ready to win Kings of the East a year ago, but that doesn't quench their thirst. They want it all. And Rob Thomson loves the mix he told us he has in camp this year. He always says the same thing. It's the people that make a team great. Our manager interviews are presented by Sage. You have a lot of motivated men in that clubhouse, Topper.
Sure
How much of it is personal motivation, team, and how do you use it all for good?
Yeah, I can't break it down, but I know that, with the disappointments we've had in the last couple of years, these guys are ready to go, and the camp's been great. The energy level's been outstanding.
We've seen the WBC come around in times past, and we've seen a lot of players have success coming off WBC seasons. But 17 professionals, 11 big leaguers from the Phillies going to the WBC. How does that change the dynamic of camp?
Well, one, we got to get those guys ready to keep them healthy. That's just what I said. And then the other part of it is we get to see some of these young kids that play in a lot of games and get a lot of at-bats and get a lot of innings, and that's exciting to me as well. But I think, you look at the Olympics, you look at the U.S. hockey team, you look at the U.S. women's hockey team, all the energy that is created, I think it sinks in a little bit more, even for the guys that are going to play in the WBC.
I completely agree, and you mentioned the young guys. This is the first time in quite a few years for the Phillies that you're excited about a few young guys getting the opportunity to try to win a job. Aiden Miller, Justin Crawford, Andrew Painter. Give us a little bit of what you're seeing from those guys this spring.
Yeah, Aiden's got a little bit of a sore back right now, so
Okay.
we're playing it very cautiously with him. Crawford's been great. He's had really good at-bats, long at-bats. He fights, he hangs in on lefties. He's played very well in the outfield. And Painter, we're going to see him probably on March 1st. That'll be his first outing, but his bullpens have been electric. His command is back. His command was off a little bit last year, and now it's the second year after Tommy John. So usually that's when everything comes back, and everything comes back together. And he's been really exciting, and I'm excited to see him.
Yeah, he's a beast. I look forward to seeing him on the mound. And last thing for me, when I think about this team's strategy for success for years, it's been the starting pitching. Now, you've talked about this could be the best bullpen you've ever had now. It seems like the philosophy could shift a little bit. Do you see that changing with so many power guys in your bullpen?
I don't think so, because our rotation's so good. Obviously, we're not going to tax them too much early so that they can get through the rest of the season. And the same thing with the bullpen is, if you get 5-6 innings out of your starters every night, your bullpen should be in pretty good shape.
Wait, who were you rooting for in that hockey game?
Canada.
Yes, you were. You're allowed. Last year when I walked in, everyone was doing jiu-jitsu and eating kale. What's going on this year? Anything new?
No jiu-jitsu this year, but the food is very healthy, which is not to my liking necessarily, but the boys like it. The boys like it, and they're getting in pretty good shape. So,
eating healthy food.
But not too much new.
Okay, eating healthy food, eating wins. Rob, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the time. Our social media question of the day was who's most likely to repeat their top 5 award finish in 2026. Kyle was oh so close to MVP last year. Will Trey get in the mix? Will Sanchi show out as the best pitcher in the National League? 59.4% of you for Christopher Sanchez, who everyone in camp says is in amazing shape with a big year ahead. And if Christopher Sanchez and Jesus Luzardo shine as bright as they did in October, good things ahead for these Philadelphia Phillies. I picked them 3 years in a row. I feel like they have everything you need to win it all. Will this be the year?
You picked them 3 years straight, and you were wrong. You were wrong, Lauren. But this year could be the year. I love the moves that Dave has made. I like the bringing in of Adolis Garcia. He's going to be extremely motivated to go out there and earn that cleanup spot. And if he can do that, Justin Crawford at the bottom of the lineup makes them more athletic. On the pitching side, Aaron Nola, if he steps up and has a bounce back year. Taijuan Walker with the opportunity. Brad Keller in the bullpen being able to help set that bullpen up. I think you have all the pieces in place for success this year. All they have to do, get back there once again, run it back once again, and see how it plays out.
We saw Dave Dombrowski and Rob Thomson, just no Philly fanatic. We can't leave camp without the GOAT. What's
Maybe
he doing?
He snowed in.
He's snowed
Getting
up
ready for
in
the
Philly.
season. Let's go.
Let's go. We're ready. Thanks so much for joining us from Clearwater, Florida at Phillies camp. We'll see you next time.